You're welcome to Educational Magazine, and in this video lesson we'll be looking at understanding equations. If I may ask, what are equations? An equation shows us the relationship between two expressions. So it shows us how the variables between the two expressions are related, and it helps us to be able to solve them. Let's start the lesson now. So far we've worked with variables and used them to build expressions. Now we will see how two expressions are related with an equation. Okay, now let's look at the scale. The scale is balanced, which means that the two sides hold equal weights. Alright, we write an expression to show the relationship between the variables on the right hand side and on the left hand side of the scale. So we're going to use C to represent the value of the circles. So in this case, you can see that 3 circles on the left hand side of the scale equal to 90 on the right hand side of the scale. So this expression is going to be 3C is equal to 90. Okay, and that is correct. Okay, so let's go ahead. So an equation is a statement that two expressions have the same value. For example, in what you saw previously, 3C is equal to 90, means that 3 circles and 90 kilograms are equal weights. So what will be the value of one of the circles? One of the circles is going to give us 30 kilograms. Now look at this other one. Write the equation represented by the scale. Use S for the weight of the square. So you can see here, so we're going to have that 10 plus the weight of the square, 10 plus S, is equal to 40, which is at the right hand side of the scale. So we solve an equation by finding the value of the variables that makes the two sides equal. Now in this case, we have that S plus 10 is equal to 40. So what is the value of S? When we subtract 10 from 40, the value of S is going to give us 30. So here, the value of S is 30. Okay, and that's correct. The explanation is very simple. When 10 kg is removed from each side of the scale, what is left will be the weight of the square, and what was left was 30 kg. So the value of one square is 30 kg. That's the explanation. Now let's look at the scale. We have 3 squares on the left hand side and 2 squares with a 15 kilogram weight on the right hand side. So what is the value of each square? In this case, we are going to represent the square with a letter S. Okay, so first of all, we are going to write an equation that represents the balance on the scale. So the expression is going to be that 3S is going to be 15 plus 2S. As simple as that. To find the value of S, what are we going to do? Let's take away 2 squares from each side of the scale. When we take away 2 squares from each side of the scale, we're going to have that 1 square is going to give me 15 kilograms. So the value of S is going to give me 15 kilograms. And that's it. Let's look at the explanation. So the scale remains balanced when we remove 2 squares from each side. Then 1 square is going to weigh 15 kilograms, and that is that. Now let's look at this. Write the equation represented by the balanced scale. Use C for the weight of the circle. So to write the equation that represents the balance on the scale is going to be 3 circles, 3C plus 10 will be equal to 100. And that's it. Alright, so let's continue. Sometimes it takes more than one step to solve an equation. Alright, so what is the solution to this problem? When we take away 10 from the 2 sides of the scale, we will have that 3C is going to give us 90. And if 3C is going to give us 90, that simply means that the value of one circle is going to be 30. So the value of one circle is 30. Alright, so let's check the answer. And that's correct. So the explanation is the same I have said. So when we take away 10 from both sides of the circle, we have that 3 circles is going to give us 90. And when we go ahead and find the value of one of the circles, it's going to give us that one circle is going to give us 30. Alright, that's it.